Hey everybody, we are back from the deep with a special off-season episode. We're gonna stay away from any current ball talk, any current shit going on. For those of you that always listen, check in on TJ and Eric. They're gonna come out with a new EP soon to give you all the ins and outs of different pro days, draft stock, everything and so forth. A lot of pro day stuff going on right now. Shout out Notre Dame. I don't know if you guys saw Coach Freeman looked like a goddamn god behind that microphone talking about. I saw a bunch of comments like, give that man a lifetime contract now, like just lock him in. And shout out Jeremiah Love for not even having to do anything at the Pro Bowl. But if you want anything current ball, you're going to check out those boys. But today we got a special episode of the all-time NFL draft. Speaking of draft talk, we decided to put a draft together of all-time players. Before we get to the icebreaker and see how everyone's feeling, I want to break down some of the rules first because the icebreaker will kind of have the same vibe of everything. But the boys will pick in a snake order draft. You'll get the order here in a second. And they'll be able to pick one quarterback, one running back, two wide receivers, one tight end, a whole O-line group. So we're not just breaking down each O-lineman because that would take forever. And then they get to pick a whole defense. So like 85 Bears is the best example. And then they get to pick one player to throw on that defense. There's no specific order of which way to go. If guys want to go defense first, they can. If they want to do anything else first, they can. But after the whole team is picked, the boys then will decide which coach, dead or alive, college or pros. Fuck, go high school if you want to. If you got a crazy curveball here of a coach that's going to coach these guys, and then what city, team, and uni they're going to wear to their first game. Before all that, though, we got the icebreaker with the boys. We got TJ in the house. We got Eric in the house. We got Clark in the house. We're going to rock and roll. First question. If you could bring back any NFL player who is retired to play today, who would that be, and what team would you like them to play for? I'm gonna go around the board, change it up a little bit. I never go TJ first. TJ, man, how we feeling? And what old NFL player are you gonna bring back to modern days to light it up?
What's up, fellas? I'm feeling good, man. There's only one answer, man. It's got to be Joe Thomas. Bring him back to the Browns, man. We need a left tackle. He'd fit in perfect. I could use a couple more years of Joe, man.
He said it's simple. I'm thinking all these great Hall of Famers. I mean, he is, but like I'm thinking all these like guys that can change the game. He said, "Nah, fuck it. I don't care if we're winning or losing. At least if we have Joe Thomas back, we're a little bit better." Fuck yeah, dude. Joe Thomas with a real healthy Nick Chubb would feed families in Cleveland, Ohio. That's a great start to this whole thing. Clark, man, how are we feeling? And what retired player are you bringing back? I have a feeling it's not going to be the same vibe as TJ, but he's a Browns through and through, man. Go Dogs.
Oh man, I'm doing just fucking wonderful on this fine Tuesday. If I could pick any player back, I was kind of looking through some guys. Browns need a quarterback, and I was thinking about changing it up from what the Browns usually had. Give me Randall Cunningham back, dude. I was looking at some like older quarterbacks, and he had the rushing record for a quarterback till Vic broke it. His best season he ran for I think over 900 yards. 942 yards, and it threw for 3,500 that same season. The Browns have never had anything like that ever, so I think that'd be a great guy to fit in there. He could run away from the shitty offensive line, man. He could get out of some sacks.
Let's go. Some Browns love. I didn't know Clark would turn that around to give the Browns some love. I
Yeah,
thought,
me neither. I did
I
not
thought he
expect
would
that.
go more NFL friendly. But no, he wants to bring the final form Deshaun Watson and
Yeah,
Sidney
true.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Show these boys how it's actually done.
Yeah.
I like that. And also, I never heard Randall Cunningham pronounced as Randall. I
Did I
love
fuck it up?
that. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You were reading. Hey, you know what? There's a lag time in Clark. There's a little CTE in there, a little lag time. He's just trying to process information quickly. Can't blame him. Eric, man, how we feeling? And what player from the past are we bringing to now?
Good, man. I'm wondering if I misunderstood the question because of the way the first two went.
Yeah, you know what? Those some home answers there. They just want the Browns to get better.
So I had a couple written down, but I think my favorite one I thought of was Randy Moss with the Bills. Seeing him and Josh Allen and just the deep ball, Josh Allen could throw to probably the best deep threat ever. That would be incredible TV.
Hell yeah, be like 2007. And you know what? I'll throw a little diss. I love Randy Moss, but he needed a good quarterback to be good. And so Allen would be pretty fire. You got any others on that list? Since these boys went so home, you got some room to play with here.
Yeah, I put Barry Sanders on any team with good receivers because you couldn't stack the box against them. Like
Ooh.
I thought that, and then I put Dan Marino in the modern NFL question
Oh,
mark.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just,
yeah.
just I just want to see what the numbers would be.
Yep.
Like
6,000.
yeah.
I love that. Actually, I was thinking Dan Marino as well. I'm gonna go defensive side. I was thinking of defensive players because like defense has changed a lot. You know what? We just saw Garrett break the sack record. Give me LT on any defense. Can he do this in the modern day? Because linemen back then were big and bulky, and they were probably stronger than they are now, but they weren't as fast as they are now. So I'd be interested to see. And also, if you put him in modern day, can LT play a little bit more of a real outside linebacker position? Would you see some picks from him? Would you see him run around? But also, could he try to get as many sacks as Garrett? I wanted to see that. And then also, you know what? Give me some love on the power back side. Give me someone like I was going like Earl Campbell-esque, Walter Payton-esque. Could a guy like that in today's league really just throw like a wrench into things? And like you said, if they have good wide receivers, imagine like a real 240-pound bruiser, because they don't make those anymore. And with a little speed behind him, maybe Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, give me someone like that to run around on the boys. And Dan Marino's the easiest. I think Dan Marino plays today. He is the legit GOAT. I don't think anybody comes close to him. He breaks records. 6,000-yard season is what you'd see. I swear to God, you'd really see that. But he ain't going to play for the Dolphins, though, for all you Dolphins fans out there. We don't like the Dolphins on this pod. Don't do that. Put him on the Rams. That's awesome. And then also, the next question. If you could send a current player back in time, who would that be, and what era or teams would you like to see them play for? TJ, we'll roll it back to you. Bring back a current player back to the old days. Who could do it? Or maybe you're trying to see if they could at all. Maybe they can't do it.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I was thinking it would have to be like a physical, like super physical specimen. So give me like a Tyreek Hill, like playing in the 40s. Send Tyreek Hill back to 1948 and watch him run right past everyone on the field. Because I would have. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I'd imagine like if you guys had ever seen the videos of like one professional soccer player versus 99 children, it's like something like that where, I feel like even though there were professional football players at the time, I don't know if they could even lay a finger on Tyreek, man.
I'll add to that take of the professionalism. You put him in the 40s, bro. I don't think there's going to be a lot of professionalism going on. And if he's lucky enough to get off the line consistently and not get cheap shotted to the max, maybe he's going against Dick Nitrate Lane, who's just going to naturally be dirty to him, not be prejudiced to him. I mean, that could be like the Express on steroids. They put Tyreek Hill back there. I don't know if they're going to let the boy ball as much as we need him to. Throw him in the 70s, maybe. You know what I mean? But throw him in the 40s. That's awesome. That's wild. That's the energy we need right now. We need some real fantasy football. Clark, what we got going on? Who's going to be a current player thrown in the past?
I kind of the same thought as TJ. Mine was Derrick Henry in like the 50s, dude. Could you imagine him? Talk about like big and fast, like he would have been fucking awesome. He would have been phenomenal back then. I think he's one of the few guys that physically could handle probably the hits that they were taking and still be able to perform very well. Gets the ball, breaks 2 tackles, and fucking houses it. I think it would have been awesome to see a guy like that back then.
Oh, that's a good pick. Eric, what do you think?
On that Derrick Henry point too, I had him written down as well just because of the Derrick Henry was bigger than defensive ends that might have played, depending on how far you take that back. Like me and Jack's high school football coach, his dad played in the league for the Dolphins, I think. Jack, what did he say? Wait, like
the Eagles. He played for the Philly Eagles.
He played an offensive tackle in the league. And
at like 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's like 245, 250. So he played in the league. And like that's probably what Henry weighs right now, running as fast as he does. So Henry was a good call. I thought that was fun, just seeing him go against 200-pound linebackers all day. He'd just be running through them. I thought Lamar Jackson would probably be killed for witchcraft if he played in the 40s.
I saw an AI video of that the other day. It's like, we can't stop them. They're fucking freaking out.
And then I put Myles Garrett on the 85 Bears defense.
Oh, my God.
Just to see, because I think they had like over 70 sacks that year.
Yeah.
Which I think might have been the only time that's been done by one team.
Yeah, like a real, like I'm playing my franchise mode.
Let's just take it over the top. Yeah, let's just see what happens,
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Actually, I'm going to do real quick. You made me forget one I had written down on my phone of a player I could bring back in the day. Give me Mike Vick as well today. Mm-hmm. Like with a more spread out offense, not hitting the quarterback as much. Would he be good? Made me think of that because I'm thinking, all right, I want to throw a quarterback that played in the early 2000s, maybe that was playing currently, someone that's tough, someone that's big. I mean, he's already retired, but I already started going like, man, imagine like someone like Peyton Manning in the 70s or someone like Tom in the 70s, like how fucking good they would have been. They were still getting hit when they were playing. But then I'm thinking currently, I'm like, bro, going kind of off TJ, give me Pat Mahomes back in the 40s, bro.
Yeah.
Give me someone that could throw the ball behind the back when the playbook was wild. He would throw that ball around everywhere. You'd see trick plays. You'd see crazy shit going off. They would think that boy's part, yeah, like witchcraft, dude. That shit would be, that would be insane to see someone like that. And also, like, Josh Allen, like, throw him back in the early fucking 30s. Like, how big he would have been would have looked crazy on TV. Like the old black and white film, seeing him out there. Here comes the Giants, Allen.
Yeah. The New York Giant.
They call him New York's King Kong. Like they would like freak out. Like they would think like literally, or even like a Myles Garrett back then in the weight room. Like you know what I'm saying? Or like the aesthetic. Like imagine Myles Garrett in the 70s with their weightlift equipment and the old 70s aesthetic. Like he's got the big mutton chops, the big hairy chest. Maybe he's not as ripped as he would be today, but he'd be fucking
still big.
Huge, bro. Give me that shit. That's awesome. And you know what? That's the type of energy we need to get through this because the boys are about to do an all-time draft. And a little bit of a drum roll. Maybe I should even pull up the sound. I was thinking about that. We'll play the draft sound when everyone's ready their next turn. Give everyone a little bit of a second. Now, there's not much of a clock, so you can think. But if I start to feel that you're thinking too long, I'm just going to start telling you that you're on, like your clock's up. Like give me a pick. You know what I'm saying? But Clark, first round, first pick, drum roll, pick is in. Who do we got for the best player? Very much arguably supposed to be the best player of all time. But we'll see which angle he goes because he has a lot of people to choose from. Who's your first pick in the all-time draft?
I'm just going to start it by this. I don't know if you remember this. We were in your basement one time at the old house, and we were smoking, having a good time, and I was arguing about a player being the best ever, and we started watching the NFL, like, top 100 ever, and we were fucking sitting there laughing because they brought up this guy's name. The first sentence they said he could have been the best player ever. We started laughing so hard. I'm taking Barry Sanders at fucking
I thought you were going to bring up when Max Holloway came on the screen.
I love the Packers. Yeah, dude, that's a fucking good one.
Well, I love the Packers.
Yeah. Just cut away. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, Barry Sanders, dude. Yeah, I do remember that conversation.
We were fucking laughing so hard.
Oh, Barry Sanders, that is a great pick. That is a football knowledge pick. That is considered the GOATs of GOATs, especially if you would have played longer. That is beautiful. Next on the clock, here we go. We got Eric Wheeler. Hold on, I got YouTube. I don't have YouTube Premium, and I was gonna make the sound. I got Walmart apps popping up right now. There we go. There you go. Pick is in. What do we think, Eric? Who's the second pick in this all-time draft? Clark took his running back. Yeah, make sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm conflicted between running back and receiver right now. I'm going to take O'Daniel Tomlinson.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that one.
We're stacking up running backs right now. I love that.
Good pick.
All right, Eric's off the board with the running backs. And then it's up to me next. This is a snake draft, people, so we'll reverse the order for the next round. So, you know, TJ is the smart one. So, like, him having that spot, who knows what his team's going to look like. And I wanted to put him in that spot specifically. But I have the third pick in the draft. And honestly, now, like, I had a bunch of notes, but now you guys are kind of throwing my shit in the spin. Like, am I thinking about this, like, wrong? Because now there's players on the board I didn't know would, like, kind of be on the board, I guess, in my brain. You know what? I do this every time. I didn't know if I would do it every time. Clark knows. I do this every time. Take his illegal tax debt out of the question. I say this because this will be my all-time team. Brett Favre, baby. He's going to be my first one off the thing. If we're building a team, I need someone I can throw it every angle across the goddamn field. And I don't care if we get interceptions. That's why we have an all-time defense. That's what we're going after. Give me Brett Favre off the board, even though I'm going to regret that because no one was going to take him first. But we'll go ahead. TJ, who we got for the last pick of the first round before we go to the second round, baby?
Yeah, so Mike kind of had the right idea. A Lions player, excuse me, that didn't play long enough. You know, let's go Calvin Johnson with the first round pick, man.
That's a good one.
I'm already seeing trends of my team looking like a joke. I need to relax. First round is Barry Sanders, LaDainian Tomlinson, Brett Favre, and Calvin Johnson. I'd love to see that picture. The pictures of them holding the jerseys up.
Yeah, picture of the four military guys and one's
yeah. Or like, you ever seen those comments? Who is he? And it's like the extra guy in Family Guy. Oh, okay. First pick of the second round. TJ, you're up again, baby. Who we got? We have Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, so Calvin needs somebody to get him the ball, man. Let's go with a level-headed quarterback, just deadly accurate. Give me Drew Brees, man.
Ooh,
That's
man.
fun.
I saw the graphic of how many 5,000-yard seasons he's had compared to everyone else.
Oh,
And it's absolutely
crazy.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. No MVPs is a crime. Drew Brees. You know what? I'm actually going to start slowing down here because I'm thinking I already got Brett Favre. I need the GOAT of GOATs. Give me Jerry Rice at number 6. I need Jerry. Rice. The dude's the GOAT. You ever seen, I think Brett Favre's on the top 5 of anybody to have a reception after 40. And it's all of them have negative yards and shit, and then Jerry has 4,000. I think that's insane. All right, Eric's next with the 7th pick of this all-time draft.
Calvin was a good one. I was hoping he'd get back to me. I chose between him and LT. So I'm going to go Randy Moss because I need a receiver here.
Ooh,
Damn you.
Randy Moss. Let's go. Clark, man, that's next. Did he take your spot?
He did. I was hoping he'd slide back to me. So,
I like the pressure of being fast, too. You got to scramble your brain a little bit. Maybe make a decision you don't want to. Like Brett Favre.
I'm going to go you know what? I'm going to go Larry Fitzgerald. That's who I'm going. Nice fucking bounce. I know he's going to catch the ball. I got a nice, reliable number 1 out there I can throw it up to. Be in the right spot. That's who I'm going.
It's a respectable pick. Could have been made probably in round 4.
That's fine. Hey, it's my team.
Hey, yes it is. It's your team, bro. Let's go. You got Barry Sanders and Larry Fitzgerald. I love that. Now you get the next pick of the 3rd round. Who you picking to go with Larry and Barry? You got to start rhyming all of them.
Barry. Larry and Barry.
Terry.
Yeah. Who is
Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah, there we go. That's my quarterback. I'm going to go fucking Tom Brady. He's not off the board yet.
Can't go wrong.
That'll be catchy too. Barry, Larry, and Brady. Dude,
Yeah,
let's go.
baby.
Tom Brady. That's why I've kind of thought you would, because I was just thinking that you'd do it to piss me off.
Yeah, I was going to, but I thought about the thing we were talking about Barry's. I got to take him. I had to prove my point there. I was telling Jack that day he's the best.
Oh, Clark's team's looking crazy. Eric, what we got to add to you? You got LaDainian Tomlinson and Randy Moss.
Yeah, so now that I can wait on quarterback because they all flew off the board and I still have my first 2 that I want, I'm going to go Julio Jones. I'll have Randy Moss and Julio Jones at receiver and LT in the backfield.
Oh, my God.
That offense is decent, I guess.
Yeah. Eric's wide receiver crew is already insane. That's awesome. All right, 1 second. Let me make sure I have it all. Who'd you pick again? Just playing
Julio Jones. I got
Julio
Randy
Jones.
Moss
Yep.
and Julio Jones. Yes, sir.
Perfect. So many greats. All right, I'm next on the board. I'm over here rocking with Jerry Rice and Brett Favre. Got a lot of options here on the table. I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do this first because I'm gonna set a tone. I'm gonna pick a full defense, and I'm gonna be a homer on this. Actually, no, I'm going to save it because oh, my God, this is tough. All right, Jack, you're pushing the limit, bud. You're about to get kicked off. You know what? Adrian Peterson.
There you go.
Ooh.
To me, he's the GOAT. He's my GOAT. So I was thinking, I don't get so specific in my brain. TJ, man, who we rocking with on this?
Oh, man, you guys are so far away from the kind of players that I'm thinking of. I'm so fucking out there, dude.
You should.
Give me let's go ahead and let's get our security blanket. Let's get tight end number 1, Rob Gronkowski off the board.
Ooh,
That was gonna
baby.
be my next one.
Give me Gronk, man.
I was weighing that. That was in my brain too. Oh, that's good. Gronk, then what's your next one?
So, we went and got the security blanket with Gronkowski. Now it's time to get a home run hitter, man. As my boy Gus would say, he's got get away from the cop speed. Give me CJ 2K in the backfield. Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
That's great. Go. 2 picks back to back right there.
Dude. He's building. See, that's what's like him and Eric. Me and Clark got too many. We got
love vibes.
Yeah, we got love and emotions in ours. They're like, nope, we're gonna win 100 to 3 each game.
Yeah.
That's the angle we're going at. All right, so right now TJ has Gronk, Chris Johnson, Drew Brees, Calvin Johnson, Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Alrighty then. I already have that. Have this. You know what? I like the tight end pick. I want a good tight end. Give me Tony Gonzalez.
Fuck you. Nice.
To me, that's goat one and goat two. Kelsey and the other boys can sit down for a second. All due respect. Alrighty then. All right, let me get to this is where I start getting lazy and not putting the names down for everything. Hold on. We got Eric. You're next, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right. What's your pick, buddy?
Okay, you took my tight end. And now there's still tight ends left, and I don't want to pick one now. All right, I'm going to take the Dick Vermeil Chiefs offensive line because now I wasn't that hip, but let me tell you about these boys real quick. They had 2 Hall of Famers on that line. They had 18 All-Pros and 31 Pro Bowls. They had 2 different Pro Bowl running backs, Priest Homer and Larry Johnson, and then they had Trent Green, who was a 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback. And their average ranked was 4th in the pass and 7th in the rush game. So I'm going to take the Chiefs offensive line from 01 to 06. Just pick one of those years.
Fuck yeah, you know what? That's our first obscure one off the board there. Let's go. All right, let me make sure I'm caught up. Sorry for the delay. The delays are nice. You guys can start thinking a little bit. I'm trying to make sure we just have everything organized so we don't accidentally overpick something. The next pick in that is Clark. Back-to-back picks, Clark. What we got riding with it, baby?
I'm going to go the 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense. And I believe this pick,
I almost did that, man.
Ooh. And I believe I can now pick my extra player from defense to go in onto that team.
Yep.
I'm going Lawrence Taylor at edge to pair him with Ray Lewis and fucking Ed Reed. I was hoping I could get that back to back.
Oh, God, that's nasty. Especially him in the Ravens unit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
With like a Ray Lewis face mask. Like Ray Lewis gives him one of his. Oh,
Ray Lewis just got done killing somebody. Fucking
dude, I think now Ray don't get away with it if Lawrence Taylor's on his team. I don't think. I think things at that strip club go way out of hand after that point.
They both kill somebody.
What a crazy ass team. You know, after all this, we might have to see which team's gonna get in the most trouble. Or not get along. That could be another fun thing to talk about. Eric is next after that, man. Eric's got a good team putting together. He picked O-line last, so let's see where he goes next.
The 2000s Ravens defense was going to be my pick if they made it back to me because I wanted a defense that was like kind of modern because I feel like we're all going to have crazy offenses. They're going to be high powered as shit. So I'm going to take the 2015 Denver Broncos defense.
Ooh,
because I want a pass rush. I know we're going to be in a lot of shootouts, and I need a good pass rush.
Fuck yeah, dude. See, that's what I was thinking too. That was playing a big part in my brain. Like, because I wanted the Ravens one as well, but then I'm like, man, they were really just shutting dudes down up front. Like, I didn't really know. Maybe not too well versed in all their DBs.
165 points they gave up that season. That 2000 Ravens defense, by the way, I had it written down because that's who I wanted.
Yeah.
They only gave up 18 touchdowns on the season.
You're welcome, Trent Dilfer. Jesus Christ. Oh man, so you boys are already taking guys. I still have another wide receiver on the board. Got defenses going around. No one's gonna take my defense, I don't think. You know what? My O-line, just because I want to have fun with it, give me the Hogs from the 70s with the Redskins. Give me the big boys, the Hogs themselves. I want someone big, strong, especially if we're going against these power defenses. I don't care how fast you are. Just make sure you can hold that shit for Brett Favre because he's going to get it somewhere.
He'll get it downfield.
And he might run around for us, but just make sure you hold it down. Give me the Hogs from the old 70s Redskins. Yes, I said Redskins. We're just being historically correct. Dude.
That's the team they were. That's the team they were back then.
Yeah. Poor Clinton Redskins, motherfucker.
Yeah.
TJ, man, back-to-back picks. What are we riding with? And you guys are more than welcome if you're trying to keep track. You can ask me what you have going on. I can help you or name your team off. I can make sure we're on track after a while. But you got back-to-back picks, TJ.
Man, I was really hoping you guys didn't dip into my selections here. Let's go for my wide receiver number 2. Give me the Alabama Antelope, baby, Don Hudson.
I was going to take him.
10-year NFL vet, 2-time MVP, 3-time champ, 8-time Pro Bowl, 99 receiving touchdowns in 116 games, 30 interceptions on defense. He led the league 8 times in receptions, 9 times in receiving touchdowns, and 5 times in scoring, man. Give me the Alabama Antelope.
Dude.
In
That's a great pick.
1942, he had 1,200 yards and 17 touchdown catches.
How many games?
11.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. That's hard to even imagine.
And fun fact about Don Hutson, I believe it was like 1953. He was with Green Bay, and he considered retiring from football to run his bowling alley because the bowling alley made so much money. He was like, I might just stop. I love business, and I might just run this bowling alley. And they had to like talk him out of quitting.
I love the old. It might make more money. You know what I'm saying? It's a business at that point, making more money. I got Golden Girls or something playing in the background. I don't know. True crime shit popping off back here. Oh, wait, let me make sure I on YouTube to give me copyright with some CW show that just came on.
Yeah, get fucking
Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. TJ, what's your next one, man? Don Hudson. I was waiting to see if anybody was going to throw some real throwbacks back because I kind of had like an Otto Graham feel, but I just didn't know how much he would translate. But you know what I'm saying? But I love the Don Hudson pick. What's your next one, buddy?
I got another throwback for you. I'm going to go ahead and take my defense. We're going to dip into the 70s and give me the 1977 Raiders defense, the Soul Patrol, baby. Otis Sistrunk and Ted Hendricks up front, man. And then you got Skip, Dr. Death Thomas with Jack Tatum and George Atkinson, Willie Brown. Man, they had Stickum left and right, and they were taking heads off. And if I could add any player to that defense, give me Aaron Donald.
Oh, wait, you don't have another pick yet?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you just gave away. Hey.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me play the fucking sound. It's a penalty. Taking away his trades.
Yeah.
Next year you don't get a first round. Commissioner said so.
My bad.
Nah, he already threw some of his meat out. I love that. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so I still got I need defense. I think I still need another wide receiver. I got my tight end. Got my O-line. All righty. This is tough. You guys are, you know what? I'm gonna because it's already in my brain. Give me probably right in between 2000. I'll probably do 2012 49ers. So that's Patrick Willis, that's Bowman, that's Dante Whitner, that's Aldon Smith, Justin Smith. Give me those boys. If you guys remember, I think it was Eric Reed. He was a dog too at safety. Give me the 2012 best to never win a title defense. Give me 2012 Niners on my defense here. I'm not picking a player yet because I don't have a pick.
Yeah, TJ.
My bad. I thought those were together.
No, Clark nailed it because Clark. I thought the same thing because Clark confused me. I almost stopped him, but he had the back-to-back.
Yeah, that's why it worked out for me. Perfect. I can solidify it.
Yeah. All right. Eric's next. Pick 23.
I'm going to add Myles Garrett to this 2015 Denver Broncos defense.
Yup. Ooh. Man, him and Von Miller and Doomerville and all those boys.
Disgusting.
Oh my god, dude! Cam Newton would have never jumped on that. Cam Newton, I don't even know if he would have had time to fumble. He wouldn't even fumbled in the first place. He's just been on his ass. That would have been terrible. Clark's back-to-back picks. I think Clark's still. I believe you still have a wide receiver on the board to pick.
Yep, a tight end and my O-line. I believe.
A tight end and O-line. Yep.
So I'm gonna get my tight end out of the way here. I'm going to give Tom Brady a nice red zone threat. I'm going to go Antonio Gates, the all-time leader for touchdowns as a tight end.
Hell yeah.
That'd be a good red zone threat. And my receiver, I am going to go Terrell Owens to pair with Larry Fitzgerald.
Ooh.
Two kind of opposite fucking personalities, but T.O. was that motherfucker, man. He could play ball.
To me, T.O.'s the underground GOAT. If you really know T.O., I think he deserves to be more in that conversation with Jay Rice and them. Sometimes more than Randy at times. Their stats are damn near exactly the same. You know what I'm saying?
He was just hated. I shouldn't say hated, disliked because he was such a diva. But The on-field results were fucking unreal, dude. Anywhere he went, he put up fucking numbers.
Talk about my quarterback.
Yeah. Was doing push-ups in his driveway and they're interviewing him, dude.
Oh,
I
dude,
fucking
he would have
loved it.
been awesome today. And
Oh,
social
yeah.
media, that
Oh.
boy would have been. They'd been like
Yeah,
like Club Shay Shay, but current player type shit.
Yeah.
That would have been wild. Oh, that's awesome. Eric, you're next on that pick. I think I got a few things I think you need. Have you picked a quarterback yet? I'm not sure.
No, everyone else has a quarterback, so I
Yep.
just kind of been letting it ride.
Yep.
Same with the tight end. So I gotta go one to the two here though, just to fill it out. I'm gonna take the best deep thrower of the football, in my opinion, and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
And I just want to add to this too. I didn't know this. This isn't really shocking for any of us, but he's only 12 touchdowns away from passing Peyton Manning for third all time, and he's 44, which is a lot from passing Drew Brees. But I mean, that's two seasons to 22 touchdowns. I just thought that was fun when I was looking this stuff up. I'm gonna take Rodgers as my quarterback with Randy Moss and Julio Jones.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about all-time talent there. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers is like one of one when it comes to like the actual talent.
I almost took him over Brady right there. Earlier, I almost did because I saw you still on the board. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I can't wait for our coin toss, bro. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, dude. Come on. Who can throw it farther? That's awesome. I think, okay, I'm next. I still have a wide receiver on the board to take and a defensive player. I'm gonna do defensive player. The one thing that Niners team missed was a really, really, really good corner. He's not that fast, so you know what? I'm gonna do it because I want a kick returner as well. Give me Deion Sanders, dude.
Ooh.
Give me Deion Sanders on that Niners team, and I have a returner. Maybe we should add a returner to this thing. I'm not sure if that would have been fun. But we did it, so I'm fucking doing it, and I got a fucking returner and a corner, bro. Let's go, TJ. You're next with the back-to-back picks.
All right, so I changed my mind on Aaron Donald. So for the 1977 Soul Patrol Raiders, let's add prime Vontaze Burfict. I want to build the defense of the angriest, most aggressive human beings I can possibly build. So give me Vontaze Burfict, man.
You know what? I feel like with the ground rules of this, we got to play like old school football. If we have all these guys on there, we got to let everyone hit each other. You know what I'm saying? We're probably playing fantasy ball.
Oh yeah.
Vontaze, dude, that'd be crazy. Imagine him like cheap shot and Gronk. Now they're fighting. Shit's gonna get wild out there on these teams, bro. That's a wild pick. And what's your next one? You're back to back. I believe you still need a
offensive line, brother.
Offensive line. Yeah, you saved your best for last year.
Yeah, man. I'm dipping deep into the bag here. So for offensive line, go ahead and give me the 1975 Cardinals, man. We got Roger Finney and Bob Young on the left side, and shit gets real interesting on the right side. We got Conrad Dobler at right guard, one of the angriest motherfuckers to ever play football, with the Hall of Fame right tackle Dan Deerdorf and Tom Banks playing center, man. Go back and do your homework. Watch the 75 Cardinals. They got like 16 Pro Bowls total across that offensive line, and they were one of the nastiest units like ever.
Let's go, dude. You got the 75 Cardinals. Never thought in my life anybody would call out something so specific and so beautiful at the same time. That is the most TJ offensive line.
Yeah, I ain't surprised.
Yeah, and for those of you listening, I said this before the pod, I didn't pick individual line because of the guys like TJ, and TJ did still give us that magic he has there. I knew it was going to be specific. And we'll get to talk about some people we probably left off the board because some people still need a pick. But Eric, you're next, actually. And I believe –
aren't you next? TJ just
I'm next. Yeah,
line.
I'm next. Yeah. My bad. Actually, oh, yeah, one of the initials got in the way. It looked like TOEM. Hold on. All right, 75 Cardinals. I already picked my defensive player, and now I need my other wide receiver. So who am I going to pair up with Jerry Rice? God, there's so many wide receivers already picked off the board, too, so it's like who else is just great? You know what? I'm going to keep it simple. I want fundamentals throughout the board. I want good route running with Jerry Rice. Give me Marvin Harrison Sr. And the reason why is because I don't want as many speedsters as you think with Brett Favre. I need the wide receiver needs to do half the job of making sure the placement's there because I'm not sure Brett's going to put it where it needs to be all the time.
It's actually a great point.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
we can have speedsters, like a Tyreek Hill and shit would be dope, but like I just got a feeling we're throwing a lot of picks with something like that with your guys' defense flying around. Give me Marvin Harrison. Eric is next.
I need a tight end here. This is a position I pushed off, and I don't want to take. Yeah, I'm going to take Kelsey, man. It's over the middle of the field. It's going to be impossible to guard my team. I wanted a better blocker, but I don't think I need it because I can just spread the shit out of the football. So I'm gonna take Travis Kelce.
That's a nice thing too about having the Hall of Fame offensive line going on. You kind of spare that. Clark's gonna fuck us up with Barry Sanders running behind Gronk, and it's gonna be nuts. Speaking of that, it's Clark. I think Clark, you need an O line still.
Yep, I'm gonna go 90s. I don't know much specifics. 90s Dallas Cowboys line,
Yep,
man.
Larry Allen. That's all you need to say.
Yep, because
He's my
everyone always
favorite.
said, what if Barry had fucking the Emmett Smith's fucking O line? Guess we'll figure it out now, man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Cowboys are underrated with that. I thought about also like the Zach Martin years with the
yeah.
Cowboys was another good
Really,
example.
anytime since the 90s, for the most part, they've been pretty consistently good on the O line. I also thought about possibly taking like those Super Bowl Eagles teams had some pretty good O lines there at Kelsey, especially that last Super Bowl they won. They had a pretty fucking stout O line. That was my other option.
Hell yeah. So I think that is the teams.
Yep.
Let me name off what each guy has before we get to the coaches and team in uniform, just because it kind of helped pair it up a little bit. Clark's team first. Clark's got Barry Sanders. And then he's got you got Barry Sanders and Larry Fitzgerald and Tom Brady, looking crazy. And then he's got the Baltimore defense with Lawrence Taylor, looking even crazier. And then we got Antonio Gates with T.O. So that offense is locked and loaded, following up with the 90s Cowboys running around as the O-line. It's a beautiful team. Eric's team, without a doubt, is goated to the max. Eric spent a lot of money on the Ultimate Team cards for this one.
He got one of the credit card teams.
Yeah, he's definitely does. He's got
Yeah.
he got LaDainian Tomlinson. He's got Randy Moss. He's got Julio Jones. Then he's got the Chiefs O line for 2000s. Great call out too, because we're like that offense. Do you remember playing that in the Madden where like the Chiefs always had like a 94 offense and like a 70 defense? Like it was always that way. Shout out Trent Green too, and shout out turtlenecks. Bring those back for pictures.
Oh yeah.
That's like my favorite thing. I always
Swaggy.
thought it looks cool. Love that. And then on top of that, Eric's got the Broncos defense from that team that literally terrified Cam Newton. And then with that, he's added Myles Garrett to the mix, and he's going to be throwing to Travis Kelce. That's a stacked team. My team, we out here. Brett Favre throwing to Jerry Rice. When he's not throwing to Jerry Rice, hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson. When he's not doing that, he's looking at Tony Gonzalez in the red zone. One of the originals to dunk the football on the goalpost, dude. Let me see that celebration. And then we got the Hogs. I got big boys. I got fucking handlebar mustaches. I got mutton chops all lined across the board. Each guy weighing about 300 pounds. That's what we're doing. We won't be good in shootouts, but we're going to play slow ball, and we're doing a huddle. And then I'm going to do 2012 Niners. That's my home thing. I love those boys. They're stacked. And then we got Deion Sanders following that with Marvin Harrison also on the team. Not a bad team. Got a little flavor and some good shit. I feel all right with it. Then we got TJ's team, which is a very unique team. TJ's team is brought to you by NFL Films. And Bill Belichick also helped handpick out his film for this. He had Bill Belichick do the film for all this. It's a good compliment. Calvin Johnson, Drew Brees, goated. Going off of that, next picks he had was I messed up the order here. So the next picks he had was Gronk. Was it Gronk?
Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk.
Yep.
You were the one with Gronk, not Clark. You were the one with Gronk, and then Chris Johnson. That's awesome. Then we got Don Hudson with the 1970s Raiders defense. So we got nasty folks out there, and with the aesthetic, the stickum, the gross tape. I could see it all. I could smell the pads on his team. Vontez Burfict is also going to be back there. The commissioner has a hard time with this, but we did let him get drafted. We didn't know how we felt about that as the commissioners. And with that, he's got the 75 Cardinals O-line stacked with Pro Bowlers and mean dogs. TJ's team, we might have to have no refs on that team. That's going to be it for those games. That is awesome. Now, saying these teams, we got a little bit of a feeling. TJ's got a really good sense of self with his team. Like he's got an identity. Clark's kind of an all-star mix-up. Eric's is just goated. So who's going to be coaches for this? So we'll reverse it back to the original order. We'll let Clark get the first pick for coaches. Who's your coach for your team, Clark, and why? Maybe you want to explain a little why with it. Who knows?
There's only one Y for mine because he's the GOAT. Newt Rockney.
Oh, yeah.
Bring the boys out to give him a Gipper speech, and they're out there and fucking win it all, baby.
Newt Rockney would have a fucking heart attack. Watch Barry Sanders
He would.
do his old drills. But what the fuck is it? And like he perfected the overthrow pass, so like seeing Tom Brady throw that thing around, he's gonna be like, "What in the fuck is this?" And you're gonna get some trick plays in there. You're gonna get some triple reverses and shit. You're gonna get some
it going, baby.
The loop and pole. Oh, that's gonna be electric. Eric, who's your coach?
Man, this might be a little early, but I'm gonna take Sean Payton, a guy that constantly I know he had Drew Brees, I get that, but outside of Drew Brees, that offense constantly overperformed. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give him this stack team and just be like, hey, here's your ball, Clay, have fun, bud. Like, just go. Yeah. Now you can just call whatever you want. Whatever you want. Not to mention his offensive mind showing that it's worked in 2 different areas now. You know, like I know the Broncos kind of felt, but that was a lot more of the injury. I like Sean Payton. I want to go Sean Payton here.
Give me a Bounty Gate Myles Garrett, dude. That is breaking records.
Oh, my God.
You telling me you can fucking get paid extra for this shit? That is breaking records. Not just talking about the offensive side. Defensive side is going to be nasty with something like that. That is a great pick. Coaches, you know what? With me, I had to do one just because I love their one-on-one together. I'm glad no one picked them. I want John Gruden with Brett Favre. If you ever seen that clip of those two, I want John Gruden with Brett Favre all the way. And, like, John Gruden's going to love our team. He's going to be spouting out history in the middle of practice. He knows who's good at what. Give me John Gruden. Give me Chucky. Give me Angry Chuck on the sideline. Who's your coach, TJ?
Let's go ahead and give me Chuck Noll, man.
Ooh.
Chuck Noll, the experienced, the tough head coach, Chuck Noll.
And it fits your team. That defense with the Raiders is very similar to the Steel Curtain. They were very similar back then. He would know exactly what to do with them boys. That's a mean team. I love that. All right, we'll reverse the order to pick teams and then the uniforms after that with it once we get the team going. Where are we playing these guys at? TJ, you're the first one. Who, where, what? Even if you want to pick like an aesthetic era maybe with the stadium, I don't know what you want, but where are the boys playing that's a real NFL team?
Go ahead and let's just chalk it up to Lambeau right now, man. Let's go ahead and take Lambeau off the board. Early Lambeau, snow-covered, frosty Lambeau.
I like that.
Fuck yeah, dude! Little Green Bay action. That's actually a really clean pick. I didn't even think about that. Like playing inland, we got all the boys together. You know what I mean? You got the small runway with you got like a coffee shop right next to the locker room, you know, and a bar, all in the same walking distance. What a great time. Hell, you could live as the commissioner or the owner of this team. You're going to be sitting right next to the stadium too. That's badass. All right, TJ picks the Green Bay Packers old days for his aesthetic of the team he's going to be playing on. And the next pick is myself. So this is difficult. It's already got Brett Favre. Got Calvin. You know what? I want to play in the dome. You know what? I'll do it. I know people hate them. I hate them. But I understand them because I'm a Notre Dame fan. Give me Dallas Cowboys. Let me see Brett Favre lace up with the fucking star on his helmet. Jerry Rice out there with it. Deion already looked clean in it. Lace up the boys. Do Adrian Peterson be clean in it? You know, he's an Oklahoma boy, hometown kid. Give me Dallas. But don't give me like the current Dallas Stadium. Give me the Dallas Stadium before Jerry's World with the big open when it was half sunlight, half darkness. The one where T.O. slammed the ball in the middle of the star. I want that. Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Give me that one right there. I'm going to do Dallas. Next one is Eric.
I'm taking the Chargers back to LA with the powder blue unis. I'm taking them
back to San Diego, you mean?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm taking them back to San Diego because I want to be on the West Coast. I want to play in the beautiful weather because we're going to score a lot of points on this team, so we don't need injuries and we don't need no fucking cold weather for home games. So I'm taking the Chargers back.
Going to San Diego Chargers. That's electric. That's a good pick. Clark, you're next. Where else are we playing?
I'm kind of in the opposite of Eric here. I'm going a little bit more where TJ was thinking. Take me to Soldier Field in the 70s, dude. With the
The
Bears
Bears.
unis.
The Bears, yep.
Yeah. I think they kind of remind me of like Penn State uniforms. Those old unis for them were just simple. They're sharp. I can imagine my fucking Ravens defense, those guys in that fucking great color
Honestly,
scheme.
the 70s one's nice, but dude, did you get those 80s ones when they had the numbers pop on the back? Like, they popped on their shoulders. Walter Payton, also probably the best player that was not picked in this draft.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like guys like that.
Those
yes,
80s are nice. I'm looking at them right now.
it's
Those
the
are
80s one. The ones you're thinking, that the 80s are the cleanest looking uniform, bro. So crisp. You know what? Coaching wise, that was gonna be my backup. It was like, give me Coach Dicka. Give me the most overachieving coach that got his fame, the Doc Rivers of NFL, riding that one championship till he's done. Oh, I love that with the uni pick. That was gonna be the next question. So Clark kind of nailed that because he is the back-to-back guy. He wants the dark unis, the crisp unis. He wants the helmets to have nice reflections on them to shine. TJ kind of answered this, but what Green Bay uni? What's the uni gonna look like? Are you going old school, like the old school, like 67 Super Bowl old school?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do we're gonna do little to no face mask. I need the smallest face mask possible, man.
That's awesome. Oh, that's lit. For me, we're playing in Dallas. I was always a sucker for their throwback ones with the red, white, and blue. You know what I'm saying? The Staubach, the real old school ones. That or the Tony Romo with giant star on the shoulder ones.
Those are my favorite.
I think they used to wear those all the time for I think they still kind of wear a version of it for Thanksgiving, but give me the ones that Tony Romo had, bro. And then we got Eric next. Oh, you already said the powder blue. Perfect. Well, there you have it. We got Green Bay, Dallas, San Diego, the Bears. Who knows if we're going to still be an NFC, AFC, because Eric's got a nice smooth ride. The NFC's going to be stacked. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that was electric. Yeah, so some of the players I'm thinking that were left off the board, we got Walter Payton wasn't picked. We got Jim Brown wasn't picked. Peyton Manning was another big name that was not picked that could be easily decided on. We didn't go with a lot of current players. I was a little shocked of somewhat of lack of current players. Other than Myles Garrett was thrown on there. Aaron Rodgers counts, but kind of doesn't count. Kelsey counts, but he's at the tail end. Surprising picks that I loved a lot. Don Hudson, Nuke Rockney, old school. I bet they probably fucking knew each other. And then a lot of coaches left off the board, but I knew that would happen. You know how hard it is not to pick Bill Belichick for any of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You give him these defenses, bro.
I thought about it.
It's kind of the same thought process that Eric had with Sean Payton. He knows he can trust defense, let the offense ride.
Yeah.
Big Bill, I don't care about my offense. Actually, Bill Belichick might have a heart attack playing with Brett Favre, though. I just don't know if that. He won't know how to handle that. Any other big players that you guys are thinking of that were kind of left off the board at all? We did bring up Emmitt Smith was not picked off the board.
O.J. Simpson.
Shout out, dude.
I almost
Marshall
took him.
Falk I had written down.
Yeah,
just because him in
good
today's
one.
game with how good of a dual threat running back he was back then. He
Mhm.
was one I'd written down. I had Jason Witten written down as a tight end because tight end got short. Like there's only 5 that I actually considered drafting. He was in that list too.
Yeah.
So was Antonio Gates. Clark, you took him, didn't you?
Yep.
Mike took him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My red zone threat.
There's a lot of defenses that cross my brain too. Just over time, there's just so many good defense. But I think we nailed the defenses overall.
I was pretty shocked. Nobody said 2002 Buccaneers, right?
I almost picked them because I love Tampa 2, and that team was obviously that's where it started. That team was crafted to fucking perfection to run that. That was I was gonna take them and put Lawrence Taylor on that team. They were so good
with Brooks.
Here's a fact about the 2002 Buccaneers I'll never forget. In their playoff run before they went to the Super Bowl, they allowed 3 touchdowns in their entire playoff run, and their defense scored 4 touchdowns in that same playoff run. So their defense in the same 3 games outscored their opponent's offenses, man. That's one of the best pass defenses ever.
Yeah, Rondé Barber. I mean, fucking A, dude.
And that was still Lynch, right? He was still on that
Yes,
team.
he was the safety.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
oh,
that team was stacked. And like to actually run a successful Tampa 2, your middle linebacker has to be a fucking freak of nature. That team was awesome. I loved everything about. And actually, funny enough, that was really the first Super Bowl I ever remember watching was them against the Raiders, I believe was that year, correct? That's who they beat. And that was
Yeah.
like the first time I really remember like watching a Super Bowl as a kid. I was fucking 5 or something.
yeah. Other players I had off, Darrell Revis was really on the tip of my tongue with Dion, but he was the one I said, like, it's not that he wasn't slow, but, like, if you're dealing with this type of fucking talent, I need someone I could just lock up, even though he was probably one of the smartest. Champ Bailey, just in case guys were just taking corners, I am a big Champ Bailey fan. I think he's
Oh
the
yeah.
Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter's. Like, if people don't know, look at it. That motherfucker was playing everything. I also played with Kirby Smart, I'm pretty sure. Um, that might be right or wrong. I'm not sure. Pretty sure I saw a picture of Champ Bailey next to Kirby Smart with unis on. Um, and I also had some fun ones that I was like kind of thinking of. Like even like if someone would have said Pat Mahomes, I would agree with you. I'm not gonna fucking. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Maybe throw this around to you guys. This would be a good question. Go around the board. I'll start with TJ. Are there any current players that could easily be considered in the same realm as the guys that we were talking about today? Name if there's any couple players that come to your mind, because you got to think like there are great players, but this is Hall of Fame mess. These are the goats. These are Mount Rushmore guys. Myles Garrett was brought up, of course, like because he is one of those guys. TJ, I'll start with you. Is there any names today in current NFL that could easily be on this roster and not look bad? They're going to look just as good.
Well, honestly, there's not a lot really. I mean, I separate the NFL in decades, just like everybody else does. So if you go 2020 to now, like Pat Mahomes is obvious, Myles Garrett obvious. Um,
Kelsey counts, like you
yeah,
said.
Travis Kelce. I mean, there's a couple guys, but I think a lot of the modern players might get kind of lost in the shuffle, and they might not be recognized for 20 or 30 years. Just like we look back on, you know, guys like Thurman Thomas that, we're
Mm.
like, oh, he's a legend. Thurman Thomas is a legend, but we never actually saw him play.
Yeah,
So I think a lot of people might look back in 20 years and go, TJ Watt, man, he's a legend, man. He's incredible.
he's
But we
another
might
good one.
not yeah,
Yeah.
we might not be in the spot to recognize it now, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
or like what you said, like some guys get overshadowed and you don't think they will yet. Like there's a lot of legends. Like think of like a Bruce Smith. Like no one really thinks of him because they want to think of LT first. Like they don't want to think
Yeah.
of certain pass rushers, even if they were record breakers. Or I'm almost forgetting his name now. I shouldn't be. The other unofficial sack record. Played for the Packers. Played for
Oh, is it
Philly.
Page? Is that the dude I'm
No,
thinking of?
no, no. TJ would know. Big D tackle. Played DN. Played for the Packers. Played for the Eagles. One of the all-time great.
Reggie White.
Reggie White. Like, see, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a great, great player. But like, there's gonna be players like a TJ. I think that people are just gonna go Myles Garrett first, and it doesn't help that JJ Watt is the other guy that we had. He's another good player that wasn't brought up. That's like kind of all-time great.
Well, and longevity plays a huge
Huge
factor
part.
because, like, look, if Jamar Chase has 5 more really good
Great
seasons,
example.
you might look at him and go, holy shit, this is like our guy from the 2020s. Like he was the elite guy of the 2020s, but he might shit out, this season and never really recover. So it's hard to tell now who's going to be a legend and who's not.
And it's kind of similar. Like people thought Randy was gonna be washed up after the Raiders, right? Like they didn't know that the
That had his
greatness.
greatest, yeah.
Yeah, there's still more greatness to come. Like there's Justin Jefferson's in that situation now. Like who's to say that they don't figure out his or he leaves and goes somewhere else and ends up popping off? You just don't know. Or even the what is like Devontae Adams and him and Aaron Rodgers never break apart. What
Yeah.
type of more numbers do they put up together? Tom Brady stays a couple more years from Mike Evans. Like that type of situations. Clark, do you have any guys today that you think in your brain that we didn't mention that could be really considered? Because I can't help but think of like you said, Aaron Donald, he already retired. You know what I mean? Like anybody that's current today.
And I guess this is kind of just a what if for this scenario. Thinking about a guy playing on an all-time great team, and really in my mindset, like if the team's good enough, right, the quarterback doesn't have to be an all-time great. Would someone like Matt Stafford be good
He's
enough to
another one.
play? Yeah, that's kind of in my mind. Like he might not be that super top echelon, but like he's good enough to
He's a Hall of
probably play.
Famer.
Yeah, he's good enough to play on a team like that and still look good. No,
Yeah,
especially with guys like Terrell Owens and Larry Fitzgerald out wide and a great O-line. Who knows what the fuck he could do?
yeah,
So I think that's somebody in my mind that's still playing today that would be on there. We kind of left out. That could
yep,
be considered.
yeah. What do you think, Eric? Anybody that comes to your brain, going off of what we were saying? Anybody that you think like either even if they're not there now, they will be in this type of situation?
Yeah, so I had CMC written down just
Yep.
because, especially it doesn't matter what era of football you play, his just that dual threat's so important. I think for a running back, that's why the running backs I had written down were LaDainian Thomas and Mark Falk and CMC. I wanted one of those three. I wanted to leave the draft with one of those three. And then I actually had Antonio Brown written down too, who isn't a current player, but he's like a recent history player because dude, when he's at the top of his game, he was nasty. And if we got in a situation where you guys all want receiver round one, that was gonna be my late round sleeper was Antonio Brown. And then I also have we already mentioned Stafford, Mahomes, Lamar, guys like that. So but I did want to bring up Burrow and just say like we could look at him as Dan Marino,
Yeah,
and
true.
20 years down the road, we could be like, damn, Burrow is good, but never got that ring. Like that's just kind of the
Yeah.
projection he's on right now.
And going off of that thought, name I had written down in my phone when I was originally writing this was Andrew Luck. Like, I mean, regardless, I think no one in this chat would have argued me throwing Andrew Luck instead of some people probably definitely would tell me Andrew Luck's better than Brett Favre. But you know what I mean? Like, just because he maybe didn't play as long, they're actually like perfect opposites, right? Brett Favre played long enough to break all the records, even bad ones like interceptions. Andrew Luck was kind of thrown into that little spot. Joe Burrow, like I think Dan Marino's his ceiling to be talked about when
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Luck's his floor. You know what I mean? Like that's where he's at right now. That's a really good example. I love the example of saying TJ was bringing up what's his face, his wide receiver. Like certain wide receivers, if they keep their quarterbacks, Tyreek Hill. I don't
Yeah.
think that's a whole like when we were in college, I thought Tyreek Hill was like literally the best thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No
He
joke.
damn
Like,
near was. Like, yeah, for us especially, when especially in this newer era, what other game breaking guy was like that to be what 5'10" and be that good of a deep ball threat? That motherfucker would out jump people, and I'd be like, how is he doing this fucking shit? He used to blow my mind watching him with Mahomes.
another guy, a hometown guy, I had him written down just because people took a lot of tight ends. I was gonna be fun with it, dude. I think George Kittle is literally like a great like.
Oh yeah,
He's one of those borderline guys that I hope he's an old ass man with long hair, tatted, cool as fuck when he goes to Hall of Fame. He's gonna be a legacy pick. Like he waited forever. He's gonna be popping beers open with his hot wife at 55 years old, ready to walk into that bitch. So I was trying to think of other tight ends because we're in a tight end transition period, right? Like greats
Mm-hmm.
are kind of being built, but they're not great yet. And I really don't, unless you guys can one to come to mind. Isaiah Likely had the spurts for a second.
I can think of really only Trey McBride and Brock Bowers right now are the only
Yeah,
two that have the receiving stats and are getting enough targets that if they kept that trajectory for another 8 to 10 years, especially McBride, he's been fucking unreal receiving the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I think Bowers is probably the only one of these young guys right now that you'd say has Hall of Fame aspirations. Just
Yeah.
like he's putting up the stats to do it. Even McBride's, he's still kind of behind Bowers. I know McBride's a year older too, so that gets thrown in there. And not to mention the system he's in is probably worse than the Raiders, which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Bad luck for those two
Bowers
guys.
would probably be the only like young tight end that came to mind. Like guys on a rookie deal or their second contract. Kill's
Yeah.
probably on his third now, I'm sure. So like he's about the only one I'd say probably has Hall of Fame aspirations right now. Honestly, for a
Yeah.
tight end, it's hard as a tight end, dude. It's hard.
and
So-
for those guys specifically, man, don't stay at a place too long. Just
No.
like certainly someone's got to trade for a guy like that or pick him up. What do you think, TJ?
I just pulled it up. So if I look on my webpage, can you still see me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So on Pro Football Reference, they have the Hall of Fame monitor to track to see. It's like
Ooh.
Yeah.
like a compilation of a bunch of different stats. And George Kittle is the only current tight end to be anywhere near the top. So the average Hall of Fame tight ends Hall of Fame monitor score is 99. And George Kittle is leading active tight ends with 49.6. So, I mean, above him, you've got everybody from Ditka. Interestingly, Jimmy Graham is above George Kittle
Ooh.
on the Hall of Fame monitor list. But yeah, pretty much so Kittle's above Greg Olson, above Jeremy Shockey, above Zach Ertz. So he's up there and he's getting recognition, but he's really the only modern guy anywhere near the top of the list.
Dude, there's no one on here that's like modern. Like TJ Hawkinson's at 19. I don't Trey McBride actually is above him already. I wonder where this is crazy. I was looking at this earlier. You know what the craziest one is? Is receivers. Jerry Rice in first place Hall of Fame metric is 311. In second place is Randy Moss at 150, dog. He fucking doubled his goddamn score. And no one else is even close to fucking 300. That's Tom Brady's at 260, dude. He's 50 above that.
That's why I get hard on people. Like, I love Justin Jefferson. I know I have an issue with his nickname. I think it's childish. Not from him. I think it's dope. I just think I think it's cool when kids say it. I think it's cool when his own players say it. I think it's weird when grown-ups say it. But I'm hard on guys like that because you can pull up their current career stats and then put it up with we'll do Jerry Rice after 38 years old.
Yeah.
Wait till he's like 42 or whatever. Like, stats are pretty much the damn same. He's doing it with the Raiders. Almost won a Super Bowl. And then he went to Seattle. Like, there is layers to this, and and those are the real standouts, right? Like, we could toss up to we were talking about eras, like what guys would really succeed in different eras, and some guys, like, if you have put good talent around them. Then there's guys like Jerry Rice that just it didn't matter where they were at, what they did. It didn't matter a damn thing. Oh, he was with Joe Montana. Well, he did with Joe. He did with Steve. He did it. You know what I mean? He just did it with everybody. I'm trying to think like. Anybody, the wide receiver, that one's good. Running back wise, that's thin shit. Like, you only got Henry and CMC, and then if you yell Barkley at me, I'm gonna get mad because it's just it's like CMC's argument. Like, he needs a little bit more time on this second stint of production because those Giants years really don't look so hot. Those Panthers years don't look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm looking at this
looking
Hall of
for
Fame
Barkley,
thing right now. This monitor. Cam Newton is currently 4 points above Josh Allen.
Wow.
So
Saquon Barkley's 14 behind CMC. They're not even close.
So let's say this. Maybe it's because they threw Allen throws the ball better, but if Allen retired right now, is he a better player than Cam Newton? I don't think so.
No. I think he is. I think Cam is his ceiling with Josh Allen.
I feel that, but I do. It's also system differences. I mean, the Panthers had the two-headed monster at running back to go with Cam Newton.
That's what I'm saying. And I think their receivers you could probably call a wash that they've had for their career. I mean, Cam's just cut so short, dude. That's why it's kind of hard to even have the comparison. But I think that's why I root for Josh Allen so hard, because I was such a big Cam stan. And that's like, when I watched Josh Allen play, I'm like, this is what Cam would have been if he didn't get hurt. And maybe he wasn't at a bad team by any means. But
you're good
defense that
year. Better.
His defense.
I want to gate. Yeah, I want to gatekeep. Like, I'm going to gatekeep that one. I'm putting the gates up. No, you got to make it to a Super Bowl, young man, and then you could say something. I don't care.
Well, and isn't it unfortunate? Like, I brought up longevity. Like, it's such a shitty argument because I know guys can't help it. Like, Cam could not help that his body fell apart. But if Cam plays 5 more years, like, that might not even be a question at the end of Josh Allen's career. Cam could have cleared. But longevity plays such a huge point. And, like, there's a fun fact about Nolan Ryan, who pitched for 24 years or some shit, that when Nirvana dropped their debut album in 1994, 1995, Nolan Ryan's ERA was lower than it was when the Beatles dropped the White Album. That's how long he pitched. That's how long he pitched. But you look at that and you go, dude, I know – you have to consider that, but it's also not something that I think these guys can work on or help. Like, some guys could be Nolan Ryan, but their elbow explodes 6 years in and then they never recover, So it's a shitty conversation to have, but I think like a lot of these guys aren't going to make it from sheer like workload. You might never get to a Don Hudson that played 120 games, and it's really unfortunate, but it's a valid part of the convo, man.
And hopefully that changes. I think it will. I think that we're seeing we're gonna talk about this era and talk about how crazy it was. These dudes played 3 games in 2 weeks, and we're gonna you see a lot of talk in the off season right now on podcasts where a lot of players are saying like it's how they practice. Like it's like you got to hit each other. You got to wake the
Oh,
body up. You got to fucking.
big believer in that, man.
You can't
Oh,
just
Kevin
wait.
didn't do it in Cleveland. Like Kevin held off each year to be the last team in pads, and that we saw the tackling those years that he did that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, these guys aren't ready to hit.
Yeah, the
No.
injuries with it. Your body's in shock. It's a car crash. You gotta
Mhm.
simulate the
Yeah.
car crash over and over again. So your
Not
muscle
Build up to
memory.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
not to mention they're probably at another game as soon as next year to the NFL. Like they're going to make the season even longer, so it's going to
Yeah.
make all these numbers even crazier as we go. You know, like
But that's
it
the other
really
catch,
is.
right? Like their statistics will go up fast in short term. You know,
Mhm.
you'll start seeing like, oh, it's the first person to reach this statistic by 25. You're gonna see
Yeah.
that all the time, but it's like, we grew up in the era where we watched Brett Favre do it first, where like you saw the longevity pay off with the records. Drew Brees did it right after. Tom Brady was in the mix of that with Peyton Manning as well. Like those guys did it forever, and still getting hit back in the day. I
Yeah.
think quarterback records will stay crazy. I think they're only going to get
Mhm.
crazier. But like everything else, yeah, like the injuries with it. Also, like I like the Nolan Ryan example, TJ, because like hell, like back in the day, they didn't even do pitch counts. The fucking manager sat there with a heater,
Yeah.
letting you go for 160, but they ain't pulling you out, baby. It's only a one run game, and you're our guy.
pitching.
Yeah, like
That's what that brought me back to that 18 game or the 18 game season that I saw. Apparently, the NFL, if they do it, they think about installing a rule that a player could only play in 17. So that means you imagine the mess that comes with that. Like imagine you're a wild card team and you're starting quarter. I don't think they could do it because I just think imagine you're a wild card team and your starting quarterback played 17 games, played 16 games. You got 2 games left, and they're both in division. It's like
Yeah,
like
that's
what the
odd.
fuck do we do here? Like
So if they instilled that, what would stop a team just from sitting every important player they have week one
Yeah.
and then
exactly.
just playing the last 17? It's like week one would just be an extra preseason
it
game.
would just be
Yeah.
to just like unless it fell with a rival or someone in your conference that you know is going to be in the discussion with you, it'll be all situational. You'll start seeing it like basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we got to get this win against this team. We'll play them. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
got a heart palpitation thinking about what that would do to my fantasy football team. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, like week
No one's
17, I'm
playing.
trying to clinch. Nobody's
Josh Allen's
playing.
getting arrested.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
God.
especially like gambling. Like, oh man, this dude's definitely going to go for 100 yards today. Oh yeah, quarterback's not playing. Well,
Yeah.
what? But my parlay's still active because my wide receiver's playing. You know what I mean? Like no one's getting my money back. Like that's bullshit. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that the NFL season's where it should be, and if they want to add a game, people should take away the preseason. I think we're missing the point. I think preseason is important. I think hitting is important, and I don't think they should do that. I am a fan of throwing a little bit of a wrinkle into college football if you wanted to add a week into there to just help with the chaos. Like we always say, like playing games and stuff like that should be a thing. Hell, if the NFL adds games, keeps adding games, give me some more playing games. Fuck a wild card weekend. Tell me that these guys need to play for their spot legitimately. And they weren't on the schedule, but they're on the schedule now because they're the top two in that spot. You know, like I want that. Or fuck it, put your balls on the table. But you know, these two teams are tied, but we got some weird tiebreakers. And who's on home field? Fuck home field. We know now that they're in it. It's just like how they don't know what time games are going to be on because they don't know who's going to be good by the end of the season. Give me TBD on the last 2 games of the year for the NFL. Make it crazy. And also, what you could do is if a team's sucking, they don't even have to worry about it. You know, they'll just throw the sucky teams at each other. We'll throw the backups in there. And then that can become a whole free agency carousel where then we see Matt Flynn type situations popping off. And now we got fun ideas of who's going to, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny to me that NFL is a game of inches, right? It's so close. Even the worst teams are closer with the best teams than any other sport. But I think if you add more and more of these games with these injuries, dude, I think that's going to be separated. It's already starting to be separated. And it's starting to be so unfair at a point where I just don't think it's going to be cool. I don't think it's going to be fun. You know, it's like anything else. A little too much is not good for you. And I love the NFL, but a little too much. Just give me more playoff games. I don't need more regular season games. Just make the playoff bigger. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a lot of money. It'd be awesome. I don't know. Fucking do it. Also, bring Pro Bowl back to Hawaii. We're trying to fix things this offseason, people. You guys got anything else before this beautiful day and this beautiful draft? I'm going to make some graphics of this too. I got easy way to do all of that shit and just fucking plug it in. Get rid of the Colorado River for a second. No, I'm joking. Yeah, see all that
Bye-bye.
shit. Oh man, but you guys got anything else on this beautiful day? I want to keep going, but you have to remember, like it's off season. We got more time, more shit. There's no predictions. There's no thought
Yeah, I
process.
know.
Yeah, what do you got, TJ? You got any sprinkles in here for us before we leave?
I mean, really, the only thing I'd consider bringing up is the Browns trying to change the rule for how many
Oh,
picks in the
yeah.
future
I'd
you
love
could
to talk about
trade.
this actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking horrifies me to death.
You
I'm like,
know,
why are you guys? I'm like, you didn't learn your fucking lesson. You assholes want to
this
sell the farm right now. Come on, man.
so
What the
this
fuck?
is Browns Film Background brought this up, and they think that if they did do it, it's kind of in the bylaws already that they'd probably make it like the NBA, where you couldn't trade consecutive ones. So like you couldn't trade 3 first round picks in a row. But what you could do is trade this year's 2 years down the road, 2 years down the road again. And I kind of that I was just like, okay, you could get me on board with that because then you won't have a bad team or a bad GM that's on fucking life alert being like, oh, let's send all our picks now. You know what I mean? Because like think about it from the Browns' perspective specifically. The Rams call and say they want Miles Garrett right now. Are you really interested in this year's first or next year's first? Or would you be more interested in like their 2031 first round pick? You know what I mean? Like
If I'm
that's
the Browns, the only person I'm trading 3 firsts for like that is Baker Mayfield. So I'm sorry, I'm throwing it.
Well, it's like
Say it.
everybody's talking about like everybody wants to bring it's their 2032 first round pick. My brother in Christ, we might not be alive in
Yeah, fucking
2032.
trade it.
I like the wheels might fucking come off the tracks, man. We might be fucked. So what would that do to like teams firing their front office guys because there's some GM traded a pick 3 years in the future. Well, now
mhm.
the team took a shit. And you got to find a GM. What GM is going to take a team that doesn't have a first round pick for 2 years? So it's going to make like hiring a really weird process too. I feel deeply in my heart that the Browns have some weird ulterior motive there that I'm not smart enough to understand. And I've been trying to crack that kind of all week. I'm like, what is on their
I
mind?
think it's
Why?
reversed. I
Yeah, I
think
was just
you're
gonna
too
say
smart
hard
and
to
they're too
understand.
stupid.
Yeah, I was just saying the same exact fucking thing.
I think they're being dumb and you're too
Yeah.
smart to actually get down to their level.
I appreciate the faith, fellas. I appreciate it.
I have more faith than you that I do the Browns. I ain't scared to admit that. You know what? I'm also like on the flip side. I'm saying this as a guy that just somehow our Mr. Relevant becomes our best. You know what I mean? Like I'm just
Got lucky, yeah.
I'm lucky. I kind of dig like I look at it in reverse where it's like, all right, we got rid of a bunch of picks and it didn't work out with Trey Lance. I wouldn't have been mad if John Lynch goes, fuck, let's just triple down. We fucked up, but we're gonna get rid of
what the Rams
we're gonna get rid of all of our picks and get some all stars in now. You know what I mean? Like I
Yep.
almost the aggressiveness on that I would get down with. But there'd have to be, like TJ said, some like written bylaws with their contract.
The
and
NBA, the way
GM.
the NBA does it, I think it would be perfect. Make
Yeah.
some of them protected, unprotected. I know that's going to be a mess, but if you're going to make that rule, I think it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
And like the other team backing it, by the way, is the Rams. The Rams owner is the other owner that's backing the trade 5 picks rule.
Which I can see
not
that
5 picks, 5
because
years
they're
down the road.
But they're also the complete opposite, right? Like the
Mhm.
Browns like the aggressiveness, but they don't know what the fuck's going on. Like they're riding a bike with no fucking training wheels and loving it. Dad, look at me. That's the Browns. Like, wow, I haven't fallen yet. And then the Rams over here are like, they're fucking they're that kid in the neighborhood popping wheelies. They'd love to make sure there's some picks going on. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to TJ and Eric looking like some newborn babies. Both of you. Look at that. Look at
here, man.
Newborn baby, dude. God damn, me and Clark look like your guys' left and right nut compared to you guys, dude. Just scary. The razor gave out when you shaved the left one. Oh shit! No, that's interesting. And I'm also an idiot when it comes to some of that talk. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we'll trade this. In the NBA, even that gets so goddamn confusing. Also, NBA, get rid of the goddamn lottery thing. Me and Ryan are going to talk about that. No more lottery balls. Get rid of that shit. Also, if we're doing lottery balls, NFL, get yourself a lottery system. That'd be awesome. And rig it the fuck out. I don't care. I don't care if it got settled in some golfing trip where Haslam ended up winning and now he's got the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care how it goes down. Do that shit. Also, let's rig some shit. Like, the NBA is so good because of the minor rigging, right? Like the Pat Ewing, the LeBron James. Do that shit. Be like, you know what? The Browns have been so bad, but we did some tests on the market. If they were good, people call them America's team. Let's make them America's team. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how fraudulent it is, bro. Just fucking give it to me. That's what we want, anyways. You know what I'm saying? And the good teams will be good, and the bad teams will be bad. I don't care. Oh man. Well, that's it from the Deep Boys. If you guys ain't got nothing else, that's a nice little off-season clip. We got the draft going. Everyone listening, make sure you pay attention to who we got. I'll have graphics going up with the post, so they're easy to follow while you are watching. I will also have the draft order written in the description of the show. I thought that's smart. We didn't think about that before until we did the last one with the fantasy draft with fake players. I was like, bro, might as well just put it all listed up in the description so, dumb fucks like me who are impatient can see. We'll also put some polls up to see who had the best team and who did not. Honestly, that would be actually more interesting because I think we all had pretty good fucking teams.
I'd love to make them in Madden. If we could somehow do that and transfer to Madden, we do like a little
I could
round
do
robin.
that. I could do that.
Oh, please, dude. That would be so much fun.
The defenses will be the hard part, but all the players will be really easy. They make rosters for that.
Hell yeah. And we might have to create Dot Hudson for fucking
TJ.
We'll put all the sliders up and everything. You know what I mean? Little motherfucker with no face mask running around. That'd be electric. I love that shit. Well, boys, this is it from the deep.